Hello and welcome to another episode of Duel Series. Today we have Jonatan with us that is winning or has
Hello,
won
hello.
a PTQ recently, an RCQ that classifies for Sofia with Temur Rhinos. Hi Jonatan, how are you? Welcome.
Hello. I'm good. I'm good.
Great. Jonathan, you have here a very nice list of rhinos. I think it has the latest stage. And you have been playing the deck, I think, a lot lately, right?
Yeah, I've been playing Rhinos since MH2 came with Shardos Agent, and I even played some with Rhinos before with Electro Dominance and stuff. But of course, the Temur Rhinos post MH2 is so much better. It's been iterated upon, but this version that I played and won the RCQ with is what I think is the best composition that you could have.
Great.
And it's super smooth deck, really like it, and I've been playing it so much.
Okay, that's awesome. And could you tell us where did you won this RCQ that qualified you for Sofia, and how was that championship?
I won it in Norrköping at Invasion Games in Sweden, and the tournament, there were two RCQs. I won the Sunday one, and I went, let's see, 4-1-1 in the Swiss, and then I beat, it was Affinity, Murktide, and then Amulet in the finals.
Yeah, I remember still that final. That was really something. You had very smooth
Yeah,
hands, and that was quite a beating, right?
yeah. That I don't think I have ever been or will be that lucky ever again. Just having Gemstone Caverns on turn 0 both games, and post-sideboard having the Force of Vigor for both the Dryad and the Amulet on turn 2 into Cascade. It's like I will never have that luck again.
Well, but that's it. I think to make a good championship, you have to play very well and then also have a little bit of luck. So that's what it takes
Yeah,
to win
yeah, of
it.
course.
Yeah, but very good, very
Yeah,
good. You made it to the final, and then it's great that in the final things go your way. So that's good to have sometimes.
yeah.
And I guess you qualified for Sofia, but also with this you very much lock the participation in a invitational. I think that this Invasion shop is doing in Sweden. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm more or less locked with the amount of points I have. They have a similar concept to the SCG tour, and they will have their finals in a month or so. I think end of October, and it will be like a big tournament with the draft, modern, pioneer, and legacy, uh, and the top 16 of the tour will all be playing. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Cool,
It will be really fun.
really
Not
cool.
as not as well versed in Legacy, but I'll hope to spike the other three formats, so it's fine.
Let's see how it goes. I'm super
Yeah,
excited about the legacy part, but yeah, let's see how is the
yeah.
structure of the invitational. And just one last thing, also I would like to comment before we move to the games. That is that you made an
Hmm.
excellent article in Cardmarket where you often write, and in that article you put
Yeah,
all the secrets of the deck. It's really good
yeah.
one. So I think you had also
Thank
a
you.
lot of impact with the article. A lot of people has been coming back to you in the last weeks, right?
Yeah, I posted an article last week on Cardmarket. This deck list, running through the deck, the idea, the general strategy, and a sideboard guide for the 11 most common matchups you will face in Modern. Um, and a lot of people have reached out to me afterwards on Discord and also on Reddit. There was someone who reached out to me who had taken my deck list and top eighted the SCG tour in I can't remember where, Columbus maybe. But they top eighted an SCG tour with the list, so that was super fun, and it's been really nice to hear people doing well and doing well because of my guides. So still, it's up there on Cardmarket, and if you're interested in Rhinos, I think you should give it a read. Completely unbiased opinion, of course.
We will put the link there. And
Yeah.
I can say, as third-party independent reviewer, that I really liked the article and that it was very instructive.
Thank you.
And it made me buy
Mhm.
the deck in Magic Online and want to try it. I haven't yet, but you
Yeah.
made me spend
Yeah.
some ticks in this cool deck and this cool list. So great. Okay, so now we move to the games. We are going to play 7 rounds as these duels. It's working like that, and we have 3 rounds of Magic with no sideboard, and then we move to 4 rounds of Magic with sideboard plans. We will be also stopping if some of us get to 4 because it's best of 7. In the moment one player scores 4 points, we stop. And I cannot be more excited to play versus Jumanji. No, Temur Rhinos, no Jumanji. And learn a couple of things. Let's see.
All right.
Good. Hello and welcome to the first game of this duel against Jonatan or FjodorSascha in MTGO. So we are on the play for this first game, and this hand it's keep. Oh, they are mulligan quite heavily. Mulligan to 5. Okay, they keep the hand of 5 with cavern to start with. Well, cavern is good. And it's our turn. There is a stomping ground being exiled, and we start with Ragavan. We pass the turn. Jonatan is typing in the chat. Not mulliganing is for cowards. I agree. Okay, so here we are going to bubble first. Let's see what they have. A Fury. Okay, and I guess we are going to pass the turn. Possibly in their second main phase, we will play the dress down. Well, or maybe not. Maybe just lightning bolt then. Probably. Let's play dress down. I think we cycle. We draw a card. And now we are going to. He says never lucky. I'm sorry for this first game. That's too expressive. We are not in a hurry, and we have to prepare a bit this game. I guess Archmage Charm allow us to interact with the Rhinos, so I'm pretty happy to have it. And let's play another Ragavan, and let's pass the turn. And we are growing our Murktide. We could have probably. No, I think playing Lightning Bolt didn't make too much sense there. Well, we start the Rhinos Festival. First, we have a Shirtless Agent. And the Rhinos, we know they have a Fury in the hand, so they cannot use Force of Negation. Now it says always lucky, changing quite fast the mood of the game. So maybe here we want to double bolt them and go for Murktide. That's an option. Another option is using the unholy hit for one Rhino and taking the other, and later do a bigger Murktide. And I think I like more that line, to be honest. Yeah, I guess we will do that, and we pass. Jonatan was expecting a expressive iteration coming. Scalding Tarn, okay. They have a Fury, so if we would get the counter spell, that would be super good for us. Let's do this and get 2 damage. And let's do this. And then we can attack with Ragavan. Okay, so Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is super cool. And I guess we are going to use it, right? So let's fetch here for an island. And we will do Fire here for 2. So this and this. And now we are going to play Murktide for 7. We pass the turn. We didn't take the expressive iteration because we want to keep our Delirium, but okay, we could have take it anyway because we had the enchantment, the dress down that we decided. That was not super good, but it's okay. I think will be enough to get through. Okay, I think they are going to pay Fury. No, another Sightless Agent. Okay. Now I regret so much about the Murktide. That would have in-game, and we punted there. Well, let's see what happens now. Okay, consider. Let's find a Vault. Okay, let's put it in the graveyard. And I guess we attack with these 2 guys, right? Yeah. Let's do so. Okay. It's fine. Jonatan says 1 is not 0. And it could be 0 really if we don't do the things wrong as we did, but it's fine. Okay, GG, we move to the second game. Okay, so we are in game 2 against Jonatan, Temur Rhinos, and we are on the draw this time. We have a hand that is so-so, but I guess we can keep it because Ragavan, it's really important in the first turns against Den. So I guess yes, we will keep it. They mulligan again to 5. Wow, again mulligan to 5, and this time on the play there is no cavern. Jonatan says that the reason he's mulliganing is not because of the lands, but because of bad hands. And this is what good players always do. They keep on mulliganing until they have decent hands. And if you read the article, this is something that he mentioned, that he likes to mulligan a lot with the deck. All right, we need this Ragavan to survive, otherwise it's going to be painful. Let's go, little monkey, survive. Triome. This is the forest island mountain. Okay, they stomping ground. So that means that they are going to stomp our Ragavan probably. I guess so. Or maybe fire. We will see now. Petty theft. I wouldn't expect that, to be honest. Wow. Let's consider, and if we don't find a land, we are in trouble. No, we pass the turn. Oh my. We F2 and we pass the turn. That was silly. All right. That was so bad, but it's okay. It's magic. It happens like this sometimes in MTGO. It's never perfect. All right, so island. Okay, Serless agent. We have crashing footholds. Okay, that's fine. And now I think we can only do this and pass. We will receive 10 damages, and I guess this is going to be very difficult for us to come back. Another one. The attack. I guess we will block. Okay, it's gone. And now another one. No, thanks God. Here we probably do like this and like this. And we will discard a Ragavan and let's hope for the best. Well, they will play now the Brazen Borrower, so at least we are going to lose 6 lives next turn, at least, because things could go much worse. Okay, they attack only with the Rhino. That's very interesting. Very conservative. Okay, they're going to try to play the long game, which is really good for us. I think we are going to charm and take a look. Another crashing. I guess we can probably play Ragavan, because if we charm here and they have Force of Negation, we lose this game, right? On the spot. But if we Ragavan, we leave Counterspell up, we can survive to something like Fury. And we could even double block the Rhino. No, we cannot double block the Rhino. I guess we will have to do that and keep Counterspell up. We will send one Spell Snare to the bottom, and we play this, and we pass the turn. Let's see what we draw. Oh, Otawara is good. I like Otawara. It kills tokens. I think if I were him, I will try to do an attack with everything. Have nothing to lose in that case. No attacks. Okay. Very, very conservative. Extremely conservative. I'm very surprised. Okay, we have there the 2 Rhinos. Let's play this. And probably let's pass. It says real Cascaders draw 4 footfalls. I think so. But now if you cascade the last one that you have still in the deck, or now you play a Fury. Wow, a Fury here could be brutal. I think if they do nothing, we are going to probably Otawara end of turn. Or shall we arts make? I think I like more the arts make line. Then we can get a bit aggressive. If they have, well, if they have the force of negation, we can see. I guess here we just attack with Rhino, or we try to do expressive iteration. Let's try to do expressive iteration first. I want to see what we will have. And here we can take Ragavan for later and try to bolt, or shall we bolt? Now we take the bolt. Ragavan goes down and we play the Spiral of Canal tapped. We are going to attack just with the Rhino. Okay, they fetch. For what? Steam vents. Okay. We don't know what they have in hand, but they treasure it a lot because they are holding it so hard. Okay, and now I think we will try to... Can we do lethal here? I think we can. We can try to at least, because we have the counter spell, so we can fetch. So yeah, and we still can counter. I think, but we need to fetch now, right? We need to fetch now. Well, first we should probably attack. Let me see, they have all these. Okay, let's first attack with these two and let's see if they block or not. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Let's throw this card. We discard this, and then we will counterspell this. And now they can move to blockers if they want. Okay, they block there. That's fine, I guess. And we are going to pass the turn. One Rhinos will go in the stack. And I think we can let it resolve, right? We just need to care about anything that flies. But the Rhinos is totally fine. We can have it there. We just need to make 3 damages. Okay, they attack with this. We are going to block. All right, and now we try to make it work. They just rather, and let's see if we can make it. Okay, GG, he says. Well, we punted massively with the F2 passing the turn, but we managed to compose ourselves and make some combat mathematic. Let's move to game 3. We are in game number 3 and no sideboard, and I think this hand I'm gonna keep it. It's a bit risky, but having a spell pierce is premium in this matchup, and counterspell also is pretty good. Holy Hit is the best removal against them. So let's give it a try. Stomping ground, and we exile Rhinos. Okay. Well, I guess here we will start with the Spiral of Canal, no matter what. I was thinking maybe I can do Polluted and Fetch, but I think I prefer it like this. The only thing that we expose ourselves to an ice, that's the only thing that maybe makes starting like this a little bit worse. Do you want to put Bubble in your graveyard? I guess no. I think we won it, and we are going to try to resolve a Ledger Shredder. I think they're going to play Ice, right? That's fine. You draw a card. We play Delta, and I guess we want to play the Bubble now, no matter we have the Ledger Shredder. Let's see what they are going to draw. Okay, Deadcon. That's good to have it in mind. As the game advances, another Murktide. Wow. With a Deadcon is not the best thing you can see, but it's good enough. I guess here they are going to go for a Cascade trigger with the Shardless Agent. Yeah, exactly. So we let the Cascade trigger resolve. They put the Rhinos in the stack, and now we fetch to basic island, and we spell pierce the footfalls. They say boo. I get it. That was not super nice from my side. Let's play Ledger Shredder. Let's do this. Maybe we want to send one Murktide to the grave. Then we get Delirium. And we want to see what they are going to draw. Scalding Tarn, that's fine. And probably we want to pay to life to have an Unholy Hit up. I think we do. So let's keep it up. We are drawing now. Okay. The good thing is that now we can deploy the Murktide with the counterspell backup. Fury. Well, I guess Fury is fine. They discard Fire and Ice. What can we do? Nothing. So just take it. Okay. And shall we use our Unholy Hit here? Knowing that they have Dead Gone, I guess we can wait. But if we wait, next turn they're going to have the Rhinos. So we should use it probably on one of the Rhinos. That's really tricky because also at the same time we are going to need to deploy the Murktide, so we are going to lose part of our grave. And I guess it's better to do like this, but it's close. Then we can later play the Murktide a little bit bigger. So here, I guess we want to Expressive Iteration and keep the counterspell up. Then they cannot use the Dead Gone with the Murktide unprotected. I guess so. Armage Charm, that's good. And then 2 lands, that's not good. We should have wait if we wanted to do that, but we improvise it. Never improvised your plays like that if you decide something. All right. So Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice, it's a problem. Let's do this. Now they draw a card. They fetch. Okay. I guess here we will play the Murktide with Counterspell up. I guess so. It's better than going for Archmage to get the Rhino. Okay, I guess that resolves. Now we are in serious problems. So maybe the line of the Archmage is better, but we know they have a Dead Gone in the hand. Okay. Ragavan. Not really useful in this situation. I think we have to go for Murktide here and Archmage later. Lightning Bolt, this, and this. Let's make it as big as possible. It's an 8/8, and we pass the turn with the Counterspell up for the Dead Gone. We are going to get 12 damage though. That is really brutal. That is what it is. Okay. We're going to block. Dead Gone. Let's counterspell that. Okay. Oh, that hurts. Fury. Well, I guess this is GG's unless we find an unholy hit. Well, we can block with Ragavan and still survive. We get to 1 life. I think that's something we could do. And let's hope they have nothing, of course, because if they find something like Fury or some removal spell for the Ragavan, then we are in serious trouble. They attack, and we are going to block with both and hopefully get to 1. They have, oh, okay. GG, very good. Petty Theft, returning. Alright, so we start our sideboard games. We are 2-1 pre-sideboard, and now we have to move to the next 4 games, hopefully 4. That is the most interesting thing to do in these duels with sideboard. And against Amulet, I think we have, sorry, Amulet, against Temur Rhinos, no, Amulet. Against Temur Rhinos, we have more or less the clear plan that we want to use our explosives. And also we want to use our Mystical Disputes and Flusterstorms, and Fury is also a good creature to have. And yeah, cards that are not that good. Obviously, Spell Snare is not super good. Murktide is so-so because of the Dead Gone. Lightning Bolt is not a super good card. And I think Dress Down instead for their Fury is also a dead card. So we are going to take Dress Down out. We are going to take 1 Murktide, the 4 Lightning Bolts, and the Spell Snare. And we are going to put in the Explosives. We are going to put in the Fury. We are going to use the Mystical Disputes and the Flusterstorms. And I think we are good to go. Some people like Blood Moon. I'm not super high on this matchup on Blood Moon because they have basic forest and they have the possibility to very easily still continue cascading. So I'm not going to do that. And I think Jonatan is a very good player that is going to sequence in a way that Blood Moon is really useless. So I think we are good to go like this. And let's see if this game works. If not, we can fine tune the sideboard depending on how he's going to play. I think he's going to go very aggressively for ley lines, and that's for sure what I know he's going to probably do. Well, we have a very good hand on the play. I think I'm going to keep this, and we are going to start with Ragavan. That hopefully he will not die in turn 1 to a Fury. That would be devastated. Otawara with Ragavan in play is good because we can remove one Rhino for 3. It's not the best plan we want to have, don't take me wrong, but it's decent, it's good enough. So we are going to attack with Ragavan now. Let's see what we find. Dead gone. Okay, that's good for our Martis. And we are going to play bubbles to ourselves. We are going to see if we want to fetch now or later. And the answer is that we want to fetch now. And we're going to take that basic island that we saw and we move to next turn. Okay, they make a Scalding. Here I guess we want to play Counterspell to whatever thing they will do to kill the Ragavan instead of Flusterstorm, because Flusterstorm is much more efficient for next turns, I guess. Okay, maybe we want to deploy Otawara, because I'm thinking that maybe we want a Ledger Shredder pre-combat to make sure we hit with Ragavan and we have Counterspell, and also if they play something that Ledger Shredder can start to grow, no, to try to close this game as soon as possible. So I think I'm gonna do that. Mystical Dispute. Well, if they want to use Mystical Dispute here, I guess that's fine, right? Better there than not in a Counterspell or something else. It will slow us down considerably, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, Misty Rainforest, we see there, and we pass the turn. They fetch 2, Breeding Pool. Okay. I guess they will do Cascade beginning of our turn. Wow, what a hand. Against Rhinos or against Living Ends, this hand is super good. Okay, with the trigger on the stack, sorry, with the Ragavan already declaring attackers, they fetch and they are going to try to do their thing. Violent Outburst. Okay, I think we use the Spell Pierce in this spot. Okay, one Rhinos less in their deck, and I think I want to play Fable here. Maybe that's a mistake, but let's see. They say, oh no. Well, I guess it's not a mistake because we have the Flusterstorm and we can protect ourselves quite well. Okay, Sarles Agent. Well, we will put the trigger on the stack and we are going to Flusterstone that. Maybe we are going to regret to have used other things. Okay, same targets. And honestly, I don't know what we are going to discard with the Fable. Have no idea what we should do because these counter spells are life insurance. Fable for explosives. Wow, that's something. I guess we will not discard anything, and we are going to move to attackers. I mean, from now on, the Ragavan is going to have always something in front of it, so I prefer to do damage and keep on with this hand. That is pretty good. We cannot hit much in their deck. Maybe they play a Fury now. Shardless Agent. Okay, guess we will counter it. And shall we counter also the Shardless Agent to keep on doing damage? No, I guess that's fine. We will let it happen. What I'm thinking is, if I want to draw 2 cards with the Archmage end of turn, and I think I kind of want that. They will counter it. Yeah, it's fine. That surprised me that they didn't counter. Well, because we have 3 mana up, that's why. But that's fine. Okay, now we get the Fable. Going to check what they are going to draw. 2 disputes already used. Brazen Borrower. Okay, that makes me want to attack with the token. I guess they will try to Brazen Borrower the reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Maybe we should have played this game a bit different, I guess. Now if they have another dispute, we are in serious trouble. Cascade. Fable, okay. So good, the Fable. Well, we found this. Not going to complain. I think we play the land and we pass the turn. Now they're going to discard 2 cards, probably. Probably they have some lands stacking in the hand. And I would be completely happy if they now go for a cascade trigger. Well, they will probably do it in our turn. Maybe I could play preventively the explosives. Okay, they will do that. That's fine. Go ahead. They have 1 card in hand. We don't know. Scalding turn. Not the luckiest. Wait, no, we have to play explosives for 0. No, for 1. So let's do this. Straight away. And then we can attack. Removal. Well, the reflection with the tokens is pretty good. Oh, that hurts. That hurts massively. Or we find a Murktide or we lose this game. Really nice. Now they can start to make copies, infinite copies in 2 turns. Ragavan. You come not in the right timing, but it's fine. We will attack. Probably they will not block because it's so good to keep that token. Yeah, they do. Okay, I guess that's fine. They can copy Brazen Borrowers. Let's play the land and pass. I'm not really super pleased with how we played, but they did everything perfect. I mean, we should have not gone to draw 3 end of turn. I think this is where we started to lose this game. Island. Wow, Fury. Now they can copy Furies. I think this is GG's. Honestly, once they will start to do copies of Fury, there is very little we can do. Only Murktide can save us. And even not that, because I think we cannot do much. They just rather. I think we concede this one. Let's say GG's first. Let's concede. Okay, so 2-2. This post-sideboard game was brutal. Very well played. Do I want this hand? With one consider and one bubble, I guess I want it. And with a counter spell and unholy hit, yeah, I think I'm going to keep this. They also keep, and it's a gemstone hand. So let's consider first. Otawara. I think we don't want Otawara. We put it in the grave. We play this. We look at their top. Rhinos, we pass the turn. Okay, Spyblast Canal. Crossing Foothold, sent to exile. That's fine. I guess here we want to probably dash Ragavan. Or just play Ragavan like this. Or just pass. Maybe we just want to pass and leave Counterspell up. Yeah, I think so. Let's just pass. Okay. Well, I guess here we will consider Murktide. Do you want to send it to the grave? I think in this spot we might. It activates Delirium, and we are turns away from playing it, so I'm going to send it to the grave. Let's play very aggressive here. Okay, we will play Scalding Tarn. We are going to play Bubble. We are going to look at them. They have the agent, so they are going to tap out next turn. I guess that in that case we don't want to do anything. Okay, Cascade here. Well, they lose the the top card of the library, so I guess we can do this. Okay, they had nothing, and now they don't have the Shirley's Agent on the top, so that's fine for us. They still have the suspended Crashing Footfalls, but we need to start to do something in this game, otherwise we are going to lose anyway. Okay, Violent Outburst, that's fine. I guess we want to Unholy Hit straight away. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Unholy Hit straight away. And now, wow, Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm is, it's live. Let's play Polluted and let's cast Ragavan. I don't want to do a Fury just like this. I want to go for a value Fury. I don't mind. I lose one life. Okay, Steam Vents. Okay, they are going to attack first. We're going to take it. End of turn. End of turn, we are going to fetch for tap land. And let's see if we can draw another land. Although now they have Mystical Dispute, so playing Fury like that could be really bad for us. Let's see. Let's play first Ragavan, or attack first with Ragavan. Death. Alright, that's okay. Let's play Expressive then. Mystical Dispute. I think we do Mystical to the Mystical. Let's see if we can find some explosives. We don't, but we find Consider. So let's put this here, this down, and this on exile. And I think we play this straight away and let's try to find a land. No, this is not a land. Well, this is good. Charm is good. I guess we can get other 4 damages. Maybe we should have played Fury with Expressive. So exile Expressive with Fury. I guess that was better. But we don't know what they have in hand, so Murktide. Murktide. In this case, I guess we have to try to be a bit more aggressive. Let's try this out. And let's go for it. And possibly we do now the Murktide. They have Dispute, and that will be Storm equal 4, right? Well, they will have to pay 4. But if they have another Dispute, then we are in trouble. Also, we are in trouble if they have a Fury and they can cast it next turn. Or if they have a bouncer, those are all the scenarios where we can have some trouble. Yeah, oh, they have ice. Okay, so that's GG. Very well played. Let's go to next game. Let's try to be a bit more focused. This one I have the feeling we made so many strange sequencings that it could be done in a different way. So we are 3-2 now for Jonatan. All right, so here we are in game 6. Jonatan is 3-2, and we are playing the third post-sideboard game. Okay, here we are with a ley line, and that's a bit brutal for our Murktide there. It could have been pretty with a considering hand. Gone. Oh, I was thinking, okay, maybe that will be gone. Let's attack. Ooh, shall we cast this? That would be funny. Well, let's play. Well, let's pass the turn. I think we can do the to consider later. All right, so let's go to end of turn, and let's play this consider. Jonatan says we should have played the Cascade spell to the Violent Outburst to go and find a bubble. That could be that this is the case. Consider, well, look where the bubble is. Would you like to put it in graveyard? I don't think so. I think bubble is always welcome, especially if we find later a Ledger Shredder. Okay, they are going to try to kill Ragavan, I guess. Fire. I think let's consider again. No, this doesn't go to the grave, and I think we can Flusterstone this. That's fine. Same targets, and now with the Ledger Shredder we will get rid of our Murktide, most probably. Or maybe land, because we are... Well, let's attack first. I think first things first. Let's attack and see what we find. Ooh. That's something. I think I like that. Because we can send the ley line to the exile. Yeah, I think I love that indeed. I really like that. Let's do steam vents. We leave the fetch there for later to make Marty bigger. And let's play this. And let's play... Well, first we should play maybe Bubble, or we wait for next turn, Bubble next turn. Let's cast the Theft here. Let's put this trigger on the stack. Well, maybe we send Bubble now to the exile, and we keep the... Yeah, I think we send Bubble to the exile. And now they have a crashing there. Well, they're going to go for crashing, I guess. Okay, Cascade trigger. Maybe we want to get rid of Counterspell in this spot. Wow, unholy hit. Yeah, I guess so. I guess we want to get rid of Counterspell to make our guy bigger. We want to close the game as soon as possible. So now even probably we want to get rid of Murktide, right? Maybe we do. No, well, we have now the Ragavan, so I guess Ragavan will be. We will play Island, and then we will cast Raise them Borrower, and we are going to do this here, and we are going to make our guy as big as possible. This goes to the grave, and now we attack for 4. They have a leyline in hand, and now if they attack, they give also free weight to the Ragavan. This is so close. Maybe they have something to come back. Oh, an outburst. We have the trigger. Okay, so this is 3-3, and we move to the last and decisive game with Rhinos on the play. 3-3 couldn't be more interesting. Let's go. Here we are for the definitive game number 7, game number 4 post-sideboard, and this is how we like the Duel Series to go. Always reach the 7th match. So we have a decent hand, and Jonatan is mulliganing 2-6. Let's see what happens. I think this hand is really good. Well, leyline, that's always nice to see, but the good thing is that it reduces their hand by 1. It destroys in exchange our best creature ever. But we have faith. We have faith that we are going to find with our Ragavan Brazen Borrower. That's what we believe, and that's what we want. We trust on it. So let's see. They have an island on the top of their library. They will not fetch, which is fine for us. I should have wait probably to look at their top. I never know if it's better to play now the explosives and just the explosives and just leave it there. I always ask myself what is the right line, but I guess there is no right or wrong when we are talking about playing a 0 mana card. Probably when they will have like 3 manas line up and they can counter it, then it will not be a good idea, but it's fine. And I think here they will try to Fire and Ice this Ragavan, probably. Okay. Knowing that we have the explosives, maybe we should just don't be that worried. We can play explosive next turn and deal with the Rhinos, right? And Ragavan is quite important for us. And at the same time, if we play here the Spell Pierce, we cut the Petty Theft. So I think I'm going to do it. And then our plan is to do explosives next turn. They will know for sure. They are a very good player. They will know for sure that we have the explosives. Okay, violent outburst. That's better than having the other guy. Okay. And the good thing is that if they have really a counter, we can still counterspell it and later still do our thing. So that's fine. I guess here we want to play a tap land, or we wanted to play it untap. That's probably a mistake. I guess we are going to pass. I don't see any reason to use it now. The explosives. Okay. So they tap and they play a tap. Oh, they put another guy's in the exile. Okay, so they are going to attack. And we are going to use our engineer explosives to clean the table. We have some crashing footfalls in the exile, and we are going to attack now. So what we have on the top, we had a Triumph. And the question here is, do we want to do expressive iteration? I think the answer is yes. And I like what we find. We can, now the Unholy we have in hand is really bad. So we probably take just the 2 bubbles and that's it. So play bubble number 1, play bubble number 2, and we are going to look at them, see what they have. Fury, wow. And we are going to pass the turn. If they have a land and they can play this Fury, that will be good. I will be happy to counter it. Okay, I guess we want to know what else they will have. Dead Gone, okay, that's not nice. But we can take that Dead Gone for us. Can Dead Gone return any permanent? I think it's only creatures. Return target creature, yeah, it's return target creature. Not really interesting for us, but at least we take it away from the top. And we play a polluted delta and we pass the turn. We are not in a hurry and we can keep on making damages with our Ragavan. And now I guess we are going to see a Fury, an attempt to cast Fury. And we counter it. We pass the turn. Wow, we are drawing all the lands in the world. Ragavan. Mystical Dispute. Great. 2 counters there. I think end of this turn we can try to do the Archmage Charm. Although having 2 counters, it's really interesting in this matchup. So no, let's don't do a charm. I think I'm going to fetch to thinner our deck, but I want to keep the Archmage. They might have also counterspell themselves later. Wow, we are drawing all the unholy hits in the world. We can kill rhinos just with unholy hits if we continue like that. Outburst. Okay. I guess we let it resolve, and we take with the Archmage Charm 1, and we kill the other. I think that's a good plan. I like it. At least it sounds funny, and I like fun plans. And now we do this. And we do this. We attack with the Ragavan. And we get the treasures. We play Scalding turn. We pass the turn. And now the Crashing Footfalls is going to go in the stack. And we are going to go for a counter spell. Maybe they outplay us and they have really something that now make us lose. But I don't know, I wanted to close this game and go for the kill, but maybe that was wrong. If they have something like Fury now, they do. That feels bad, man. They do. Then we played officially wrong. But that's fine. We should have countered it directly. I don't know why we did that. Doesn't make any sense. To me, now we need the 2 unholy hits to kill the Fury. We need expressive iteration as soon as possible. Okay, they draw the last Crashing Footfalls. And they exile it. And they have now a 2-turn clock. And we only have one guy. Okay, what do they have on top? It was a land. It was a land. We just took away one land from their top. Okay, so now we play this. And we pass the turn. If they have another Fury, that's GG's. Okay, they attack. Well, I think they have to have something, otherwise they don't attack like this. Okay, 2 damage there. Well, we are going to lose, I guess. Yeah, we have to pass. And let's see what they find. One crazy line we could do here is to cast Unholy Hit and Flusterstorm it, play for the Flusterstorm, and kill the Fury in that way, and then we'll have a couple of turns to do something. I think we are desperate, so Let's try to do that. Let's block first. And now let's unholy hit this. And now let's Flusterstorm this. Trigger the Ledger Shredder. And let's say this second, we counter the first copy. So we counter with the copy. Well, we pay for 1 and for 2. I wanted to counter the copy with the copy. Oh no, it didn't work. We find nothing there. Okay, yes. So we can do nothing. Only Expressive will save us here in this spot. Tachan, tachan. Well, we have Ragavan. Will Ragavan find a Fire and Ice? That would be epic. But maybe they have a way to kill this Ragavan. Will they? Will they? Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice. Wow. Wow. That's not a Fire and Ice, but that's something. Spell Pierce. Oh, no. No Spell Pierce for us. And now we still have one turn. I don't know what they have in hand. But if they attack and they have nothing, we might manage. That would be a miracle. Okay, they find Fable. Fable is super good. All right, so let's block here. Let's find Expressive, please. Oof, consider to the graveyard. Murktide. Oh my god. Murktide reagent. Murktide, Murktide, Murktide. Murktide. We can win with this Murktide, right? If they don't find anything with the discards, we have enough mana to cast it. So let's try it. Let's try it. That could be something. Oof, what a tension, what a tension, what a tension. They could find so many answers here. So many answers. They're going to discard. I hope they don't find a dead gone or something like that. Leyline and Shardless they had. Wow. They draw 2 cards. Another Fury. Another Fury. Super GG's. Okay, very well. So Jonatan is winning this Duel Series 4-3. We tried our best in the last game to find our outs, but we couldn't make it. That's a pity. So congratulations to Jonatan. Let him do the honor kill. And that was it. Nice games, very exciting. Jonatan, congratulations. You are the winner of this Duel Series. 4-3, very exciting games. I hope you like the format of this championship, let's call it like that, and that you had some fun.
Yeah, for sure. Those games, that was some top tier magic. Especially the last game was so exciting. I was on the edge of my seat like the whole game. It was actually kind of funny. The What I had in hand when I suspended my last footfalls was a violent outburst that I chose not to cast the turn before. So got a bit punished there, drawing my last footfalls. So maybe an argument to cast the violent outburst in my upkeep. But yeah, with half my deck left, I wasn't really gonna do that. I don't think.
I think
Yeah.
I had a counter spell in that spot. I don't know. We can see later in the video, but I think you did right. Wait a little bit, and maybe
Yeah.
you could find also yourself a mystical dispute and play it with more
Yeah,
guarantees. So
exactly.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think that was something, and that last game also, I don't know if it was good idea to let resolve the footfalls and use my 2 unholy hits because they were completely useless because of the ley line and steal your Rhino. I wanted to close that game there on the spot,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it would have been
Yeah.
better just to counterspell and save the unholy hits for other threats. Like, for example, when you play the Fury, if I have still these unholy hits, I can get rid of it. So maybe there I was too ambitious, and I also got punished. So punishment goes both ways, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, the first games I think were they were quite uh,
linear,
they
probably,
weren't
right?
quite represented. Yeah, they weren't quite representative of what the game one matchup usually is. I was mulliganing pretty heavily because I was getting unplayable hands, like not even keepable if I didn't know what I was playing against. Um, but yeah, you could see at least in the sideboarded games. I think Fable of the Mirror Breaker really got to shine. A couple of them, and you can see in practice why I really like it for the grinding potential, and then also the finish that I got there with copying Fury. Even though I didn't kill anything, it's like 6 hasty damage that you get on board, and you still have your Fury left, and whatever creature you would present afterwards probably dies.
Yeah,
So
that's super good. And also,
yeah,
I think sometimes you have managed to put two fables together, maybe,
yeah,
and that's also
yeah,
a festival, right? With so many mana that you have at the end, like 5 mana at least or 6 mana, you get to have
yeah,
in later turns with this deck. Have you ever done
yeah,
this incredible amount of tokens there?
yeah. I have done that once. When some games go really long, you get both of the flipped fables, and then essentially what you can do, like you said, you can make as many fables as you have mana, essentially. So
Mini
that's a
Kiki-Jikis.
yeah, mini Kiki-Jikis. So not quite infinite, but it might as well be when you're at like turn 7 or whatever, and you make 6 2/2s. That wins games too.
Infinite is a very long number to click in Magic Online, so better like
Yeah.
that. Great.
Better a finite number.
That's really good, and something I also want to ask you that it was like some kind of doubt I have during the
Mm.
games. It's did you use your guide all the games, or did you change a little bit the sideboard? I guess no. I guess you just use the Mystical Disputes always and the ley line. But maybe you
Yeah.
thought in some games, I want to be a little bit spicy. I'm going to do something else. How was it?
No, I went with the boarding sideboarding that I have in my guide, and it's like the Force of Negations. They go out in favor of the Mystical Disputes, and then the Bone Crushers and Two Furies go out in favor of the ley line. Fury is not at its best in this matchup, and while Fury as a 3/3 double striker won me the last game, it's still not as impactful as it is against, for example, Yawgmoth or something like that. But there's not much room to play with. What I can say is that the game that I was on the play, I sideboarded out one Gemstone Cavendish
All right.
because that on the draw it's fantastic, and you always want one on the draw. But on the play, if you draw the second copy, it's just a completely dead draw because it's a legendary land. It taps for colorless. So if you already have one in play, the second one is just dead.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's air.
That's super interesting. And before we pass to another question, just this is a question from a Rhinos aficionado. Maybe you see it from another perspective, but seeing how good was Fury in this last game, and how so I think is Fire and Ice, but maybe you will tell me it's the best deck with the best card ever. I don't know. Don't you think like maybe taking out one Fire and Ice and keeping 3 Furies? Maybe not, because if otherwise you would be doing it. But why? What is your reasoning to keep the Fire and Ice? Obviously Ragavan, but maybe there is something else related with tempo and how the deck plays out.
Yeah, it's mostly related to tempo and the fact that you are so constricted with 2 mana plays. You can't really afford to give up many, if any, really 2 mana plays. And what Fire and Ice can do, especially Ice, can, for example, in this matchup, if you pass with 2 mana open, I can in your end step, tap down one of your lands to take you off counterspell. And if you just have one land, I can take you off Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm. Of course, this doesn't work with treasure tokens, but if for specifically lands, Fire and Ice can really catch you off guard because of the land tapping. And that can free up a window for you to resolve a Footfalls through counter magic, even though you don't have any counter magic back. And that's especially important in the sideboarded matchups where you board out the Force of Negation, because while Force of Negation is not the way that you want to counter your opponent's, or you don't want to fight counter wars, really, in the sideboarded matchups. But it's the way that you tempo out the opponent. Like game 1, you can Force of Negation to tempo someone out, but post board, when you bring in Flusterstorms and stuff like that, Force of Negation becomes awful. because 2-for-1ing yourself to try to counter something and then you Flusterstorm, that's just so bad for you.
All right. Yeah, I think in game 5 there was a spot like that that I passed with 2 mana up, and you made the ice end of turn, and I can tell you I was not happy. So you couldn't see my face, but my face was not a happy face. I can tell you.
Yeah, but it's exactly things like that to take you off options. Like, if you only have 1 mana, then you have to have exactly Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm, or My Footfalls Will Resolve.
Yeah.
If you have 2 mana, you can have Counterspell as well, or you could have any amount of things you want to do on 2 mana. But it's about like cutting off the options, basically. So I don't really care about your threats that much in terms of killing them. I just need to tempo you out. So Ledger Shredder is, of course, a problematic card at times, but as long as you can bounce it when it becomes 3/5 or bigger, then you're good to go. And you have a lot of ways to bounce or tap it and get it out of the way. So having Fury still in the deck to potentially snipe Ledger Shredder with a counter on it is not as relevant. So 2 Furies usually do get cut, unless I could see against a version that plays more Dragon Rage Channelers, you can keep 3, because that can be a very powerful like 1-2 punch in the early game to like snipe Aragavan and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. But against the Shredder decks, it's a bit counterintuitive, but Fury does get cut. And I don't think there are any situations really where you can cut Fire Ice, just because of the tempo and like I said, the 2 mana place. You need to do something on turn 2 in some regard, and Ice is a fantastic way to do something on turn 2.
Great. I have a question for you. That it was something I was really hesitating during the sideboard, and I think I decided not to do it because of how disciplined you are. I was doubting to put Blood Moon in the deck just for one of the games that I was on the play, but I saw how consistently you go to fetch for Island, principally. That's what I could observe. And then the second land you were going to fetch, it was for Forest. Was that an impression, or you consciously played like that post-sideboard to play around the Blood Moon? How is your view on that?
I have, as a rule for myself, since I play Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon in my own sideboard, I need to keep in mind that even though I don't board it in this matchup, of course, I need to keep in mind that I need to fetch basics. So I often go for the basics because as long as you have a Ketria Triome or Gemstone Caverns with a counter on it, you can fetch basics very aggressively. And still have access to cast all of your spells in any combination, really, because your mana requirements aren't really that heavy. If you look at all of the cards in the list, they're all single pipped except for Fury and Force of Negation. So you're not, and I guess Brazen Borrower Hardcast is also double pipped, but the double blue, you can often you can often get very easily. You play 2 islands either way. So when you have the tricolor land in some regard, then you can fetch for basics pretty aggressively. It's also it's good practice, I think, especially when you play Blood Moon yourself.
Okay. So
And it's also why I advise against boarding in Blood Moon against Rhinos, because the list play them themselves, and if your opponent is experienced, they will fetch basics. It's good practice as a Rhino player, really.
okay, very good lessons we learned from with you. So guys, they're playing Rhinos for the first time, like me. Fetch to Triumph, turn 1. Fetch to basic, turn 2.
Yeah.
That's more or less what we are going to do, right?
Yeah, that is both. It's both a way to get it into your system to like fetch for basics when you can, um, and also it's a way to not take as much damage against more aggressive decks like Burn or stuff. So you can manage your life total as well. Burn is, for example, the reason that you play a single basic mountain in the deck, so you can fetch a red source without taking too much damage.
Very well thought. Very well thought. Great. And now we have a new set, Dominaria United, and maybe you have done to yourself also this question: are we moving forward with this list as it is, or is there any sweet card that you would like to try out here in this current 75 cards?
In this list in particular, I have been having my eye on Ertai Scorn, the 1 blue counterspell that costs 1 and a blue if an opponent has cast 2 or more spells in a turn. I have been looking at that. Question is, though, is it even better than Mystical Dispute? And I think no. It has some wider applications, but I don't think it shores up any matchup that you're not already favored in.
All right.
And then, of course, there's the big discussion everywhere about leyline binding and going towards 4-color or even 5 colors to get the main and 1 mana Oblivion Ring effect. But I am not a believer. I am very far from a believer in leyline binding for Rhinos. I think it becomes a fundamentally different deck if you go for plus colors, and we might see a split, like a split where Temur is one archetype and then 4-color Rhinos is another archetype. But as the like new de facto Rhino build, I don't think that's the truth.
Well, let's see. Right now, it's the hype is everywhere.
Yeah.
That card, I think, is pretty
Yeah.
good in the multicolor decks, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's a card for every single deck. So we will have to see what
No.
happens, right? Yeah, let's find out
Yeah.
how good it is.
I think it will be very good for 4-color Omnath and 5-color Creativity, but I don't think it's a Cascade card. Not for Rhinos and not for Living End either.
Yeah, I'm very high on using that card in the Creativity deck. I think that's the perfect home for it. But let's find out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Good. And before saying
Goodbye
for tonight, I just want to ask you one last thing. First is that where people can find you if they want to follow you and see your next tournaments and all the cool decks that you are playing, what is the best way to look for you?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm at FjodorSascha, like my MTGO username, and I'm also a lot on Discord. I'm in the big limited Discords. I'm in the Dive Down Discord, and all of that. So you can easily find me on Discord. I'm FjodorS in Discord. And also you can find me on Cardmarket. You can find my articles there, where I write under both FjodorSascha and my real name, Joanatan Nahnfeldt. But if you look me up on Cardmarket, you can find my articles there. They're mostly limited, but there's also the Rhinos breakdown article that I posted last week. And hopefully next week I will have a rundown of Dominaria United limited out. So if you're into limited, I'm 100% your guy.
We are very much into limited, and we are so much looking forward for you to win your next big tournament, so we can invite you again to this Duel Series.
Thank you.
It was really
Thank you so much.
a pleasure having you here. Really amazing games. Thanks and congratulations for winning it.
Thank you.
Take good care.
I'll be happy to return.